Today, we lift the voices of African, Caribbean, and Black women in Ontario. Women whose lives hold both struggle, strength, pain, and purpose. In our community, silence and stigma around HIV and gender-based violence have too often shaped myths, fear, and misunderstanding. But when we choose care over judgment, truth over silence, and community over isolation, everything begins to change. This International Women's Day, under the theme Give to Gain, we share real stories of survival, healing, and resilience. Because when we give women safety, dignity, and support, we don't lose, we grow. And when women rise, our whole community rises with them.
My name is Robby, Mukonjero. I'm an African woman, Black woman living with HIV for 30 years now. I'm proud of myself as a Black woman because I am here because of what is happening in the society, in the community about HIV people, HIV Black woman. Like our country, it's very difficult for HIV person or HIV woman. It's like it is a curse. You are a prostitute, you are a nobody, those bad names, they call you everything. You see, so I am here to educate women. I am here for advocacy because that's what I love more. Strength means to me, it means honesty, resilience, and choosing myself wherever what I'm going through. I fight it myself.
African, Caribbean, and Black women and gender diverse people make up a large population of folks with lived experiences of HIV, but only a very small percentage of the total population in Canada. Gender-based violence and tackling HIV is our responsibility. It is absolutely our business.
I learned about my HIV when I was in prison because I became so sick, and then they took me to the hospital to be tested. And then they learned that I was HIV positive. And I was so worried because of my son, because I left him when he was 4 years. So I was thinking in my mind that maybe even my son is HIV positive. And when I came out, it was true. He was also HIV positive.
Gender-based violence can increase the vulnerability to HIV, and HIV infection can increase the risk of gender-based violence. So if I have experienced forced or coerced sexual violence, if I am in a relationship where I cannot negotiate use of contraceptives like condoms, if I am in a relationship with a partner or partners who engaged in high-risk behaviors like condomless sex work, substance use, etc., that increases the risk of potential contact with HIV.
When I told my husband that I was HIV positive, you know, in Africa, in where I come from, they take a woman he took me like his prisoner, because like a slave. Because when I told him, all of them, they know that it is me who brought the HIV. So it was a challenge to me until I moved out, because I could not bear it, because everybody was talking about me. When you go everywhere, people are just pointing at you, talking about you that you are HIV positive, this woman was a prostitute, that's why you went to prison, and they don't even know the reason why you are taken to prison.
There are different sites of stigma, institutional, interpersonal, or societal, as well as internalized. So thinking about institutional stigma, the policies, procedures, or institutional culture that normalizes rape culture, that normalizes victim blaming or victim shaming, that minimizes abuse, that ensures that survivors don't get the justice and care that they need, that prioritizes the abuser. When we think about interpersonal or societal stigma, we unfortunately live in a world steeped with rape culture. So ostracizing survivors is normalized, excluding survivors, taking the side of the abuser, The same victim blaming, victim shaming tropes. What were you wearing? Why were you out at night? So all of these things fail to hold the abuser accountable.
My family was worse because when you visit a relative, and then like I used to visit my brother. I used to stay with my brother when I came out of prison. I found my father was not there. So they will give you a plate without you knowing that all the time when you are eating, they will, like mine was a blue plate, I'll never forget. So that is the plate I used to use all the time. I was asking myself, and the cup, well, how is it that when I'm eating, they just give me this blue plate and the cup? So it was so bad because even when a relative comes and a visitor, they will make sure they'll tell them, when they're escorting the relative or any friend, they will tell them, you know, Robby is HIV positive, which was very bad for me.
And when we think about internalized stigma, this is essentially, you know, one of the most devastating levels. So, you know, institutions don't support me, my family, my friends, or community doesn't support me or believe me. So maybe the things that all of the institutions or communities and so on have reinforced, maybe those things are true. So maybe it was my fault. Maybe I am deserving of the harm that I'm experiencing.
It was a challenge because I could not trust anybody, because if you tell somebody maybe you are not feeling well to escort you, it took some time before I went to the hospital, because it was a very big stigma, because you cannot go alone. Sometimes you are very sick and you will not allow anybody to escort you, because they'll start talking to everybody that today I took her to the hospital. And then I used to go to the hospital, but I will hide. If I see somebody I know, I will hide so that this person will not see me.
The stigma surrounding STIs and STDs means that folks with those lived experiences are less likely to seek testing, less likely to disclose, less likely to seek the life-affirming, gender-affirming, critical and urgent care that they need and deserve. With medical racism, there has been a history of non-consensual medical experimentation since the times of enslavement, forced sterilization, etc. Not to mention medical neglect. When Black women access the healthcare sector, oftentimes our needs are minimized, our pain is not addressed, and our matters are never taken seriously. And if I am trying to access critical care and I'm experiencing racial microaggressions, I'm experiencing violence from staff, no one believes that my pain is worthy of being taken seriously. Policing has also been a site of violence, of racial violence. We have police that oftentimes are perpetuators of gender-based violence and police brutality, and not to mention in the context of when survivors access the criminal justice system, we're often met with victim blaming, victim shaming. There is a huge focus on my behaviors, what I was wearing, what I was doing, or even being intoxicated, and not on the person that has caused me harm. Historically, police have failed to investigate domestic violence or intimate partner violence cases properly, which has only led to folks having to endure violent situations.
You can find that somebody is HIV positive and he cannot disclose because he's fearing, because even if he will say it, the husband will start fighting her that he's the one who brought the HIV. And yet the husband knows very well that he's the one who did it. So there is nobody to support that woman, Black woman. That's why Black women, some of them, they can even, they do suicide because there's nobody to talk to. There is nobody to share about their status too. Some of them, they even die without going to the hospital because of that.
If I'm in a domestic violence or intimate partner violence situation and I am HIV positive, for example, I might be less likely to seek treatment, to disclose status or maintain treatment because I might be afraid of further violence or the threats of further violence.
When I came to Canada, things changed to me. I got a family, I got organization, I got friends from the organization because we share the same thing, you know. So I became so strong up to now.
After experiencing something as traumatic as gender-based violence, I think it's incredibly powerful to be able to provide survivors with a non-judgmental ear. That takes away the self-blame, it takes away the feelings of worthlessness.
I normally say that HIV will never kill me unless another disease, but not HIV. I become so strong because of going to groups, because of sharing. When you do storytelling, even if someone is there, sitting down, he will feel, if Robby can say this, I'm even better.
When I think about this year's International Women's Day theme of Give to Gain, I think giving beyond funding and beyond programs and services, I think giving platforms. I think moving beyond the performative, social media posts, day of recognition. I think these things are necessary, but they're very much so the bare minimum.
We love them, and we are here for them who are not who are not talking about themselves. I'm here. I can talk to you. I can give you hope.
These stories remind us that ACB women are not defined by diagnosis or trauma, but by courage, resilience, and hope. When communities give understanding, access to care, and safe spaces, women gain confidence, health, and opportunity. This is what Give to Gain looks like in action. So today, let us choose to give more care, more opportunity, and more support. Because when we invest in women, we invest in stronger families and healthier communities.